So I hope you'll see with the examples from 10.4 that we're not dealing with material that is substantially different than what we've encountered before, both in the sense that identity and functions are basically the same as what you saw in sentential logic, but also in the way that we deal with them. They're just pieces of sentences that can be manipulated in the same way that all of the other pieces can be. So let's take a look at a derivation here. And we're asked to derive the theorem that A equals B and B equals C implies that A equals C. And so, straightforwardly, since we have a conditional, it makes sense for us to start by assuming the antecedent with the intention of eventually introducing the conditional. So we're going to have this to begin with and try to derive that. So this is really very straightforward. So we have two different pieces of the conjunction here. We can assert A equals B, and in the same way we're going to be able to assert B equals C for exactly the same reason. And if we have A equals B and we have B equals C, then we can use our new rule of identity elimination and assert A equals C. Well, now if we have A equals C, then we can assert by a straightforward application of conditional introduction. And we're done. So with our second example, what we have is similarly straightforward. And this is 3b. And we're asked to show for all x and all y, x equals x and y equals y, something that's very obviously true. Now how do we go about constructing that? That's going to use our new rules. So, very simply, we're going to use identity introduction. And you may have wondered when you read about identity introduction when we would ever use this, because it seems so obvious that it's not clear when it would be used. But this is going to be one instance of where you are going to use it. So we assert that by way of identity introduction. Then we're going to need to get rid of the universal. But we need two copies of it. We need one for x and one for y. So now we have that. And now let's construct the statement without the quantifiers. So, okay. Then let's add in the quantifiers. And remember, we can do this because this doesn't occur anywhere else. This is just a constant. It doesn't refer necessarily to a particular thing. We don't have to worry about that. It doesn't appear here. So we can do that. And we just have to do it one more time. And we're done.